Oh, no.
So
I did look at them.
And do the
This is the one that
presentation.
is
legally required on
May,
all
because that's
and
it was
it's not passed now.
Just,
But
I love
we'll-
it as a parent, I want to work in keep it time.
So I didn't get this
When it made it
until after the COVID. And
So we need to
so,
recoup.
yeah.
I used to stand.
Then I paid that one.
And that's not a
Money
back
saved.
And
It's
in
just a
June,
different way of making sure.
I didn't pay the June
What grade level?
because it came later too.
These tax years where it says chemical tank, you'll have, in that room, you'll have one chemical tank that's
So,
gonna. There'll be
and
a
I
separate
didn't
tank that's
pay
gonna
it, I didn't
hold
pay
your
it.
which would be diluted. And then.
4482, so
This
that's on
is
this.
the ICS controller still on the reading. And then as it goes in the fluctuation of the sun.
Because they just were,
It'll have force little droplets of chlorine.
on the basis of paying the silver again. But yeah,
Their rate system figured it out.
there's two double bills. So now they are coming to my area.
Oh.
They weren't coming to me. I think they were going to just.
So he did, and now you're doing it, now it's really interesting. Yep.
Yeah, so that's,
How are you?
but now I.
Did you get the minutes?
Yes,
A couple months back.
looked at the numbers.
And they changed it, but I also changed my email so that I could log in.
Did you bring copies?
But I think they, I don't think they changed my email. No, I didn't change my email. I didn't change it.
You know, they're just, I don't know if they feel safe with
My
it.
email,
Push it.
for the county, the county requires that they use my personal email address. I don't know why that is, but so the county uses my personal email address, so that my Brandon Hills restaurant.
like 4 inches.
Yeah, because I don't, I mean, I do, it's not that I don't check my email, it's just that I don't look for Brandon Hills stuff.
Some of the worst ones are being a kid, he's treasurer, he's an adult now. There was one boy that was a nightmare, co-teacher, and we also had him in years ago, so we got to see best of him at all times. And rolled our eyes and just made it through the years. Well, he was working at Publix one day, and he just smiling. And I didn't know because I was always named.
I get that.
He turned into the coolest person, just interesting, considerate. He's just had some awkward years. And he was such a
I have
pleasure
8
to be
email
around.
addresses that I have to keep
You've been good. You've just really done
for
good.
different business.
Yeah, shut the door, let's go.
So I will go in all.
Okay, I'm gonna call the
You get a
meeting
picture of the
order
door,
at
right?
7:30. On the
Did you turn it on
dot.
to yourself?
Sure.
You should, because you got the door for some reason. Yeah, sure.
Frank.
No, I'm being serious. I don't know why you got a shot of the door or whatever. He didn't do the picture himself.
It's a public building, it's a public meeting. It's a-
Oh, I know it is. I just was just weird that he didn't picture himself. Yeah, picture the door.
Just a quick, some of us are new here. Everybody knows Zari, and next to her is Lisa Carroll, who's a longtime respected member of the community on Carolyn.
Still respected.
I can vouch for it.
30-some years, next door to Zach, but she's been in the neighborhood, they've done the neighborhood stuff. Next to her is Cooper. And this is gonna be a little bit different. There's nothing in the ordinance, there's nothing in Florida statutes as to what our order of business is. It's just been traditional for meetings to be this way. Because of Mike's, Coop, because of his position, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna start with pool bids. And he has one, and he is here personally to answer some questions. So Trissy, you had 3.
There they are. Did you did print yours out?
Would you go over with them? Just go over them as a.
Sure.
Yeah.
We had Cosmic Pool and Spa, and they wanted to do it 3 times per week. They said that was the least amount. They do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and it was $700 a month, everything included.
We're gonna talk about the details of any of these.
That's all she had.
No, because on that, if I'm mistaken, the other one where they said they would sweep and do this and that as needed. They would show up 3 times a week, but they was not necessary, they didn't commit to sweeping it once, twice, or 3 times a
Yeah,
week.
brushing it.
Yeah.
So that threw big red flags for me, because it was
Okay.
that, it was several different things.
Well, yeah, I didn't like this one either.
Okay.
I wasn't sold on that one. The next one, I wasn't sold on either. And there's a big, I didn't print out everything. It was pictures of them, pictures of our pool. It was a pool troopers for $1,273 a month. Yeah, that one. They had, that Janice.
1,200, right?
And
1,273.
1273.
73.
What did I say? 1273. 1273.
I'm sorry, no, I'm sorry, I heard this.
Oh, that's okay. This one I liked. It was Christian Brothers. They had good reviews. $600 a month, and they did everything I asked, 2 days a week, and they did apples to apples exactly like I had asked. Which I gave everybody the entire thing that was on the other contract, and they copied it, and they said that's what it would include, everything. So this was the one I liked, $600 a month, so it's not gonna go up or down or all around, it's just gonna stay. So I liked it.
Right. It's like the other one, there's not a contract.
No, it's a proposal.
No, what I'm saying is that, they're not locking in the price.
Yeah, they are. Oh, I'm sorry.
Except for that either one, isn't it that we can, within a 30-day or a 60-day thing in writing, the one else?
No.
That we can end it?
No,
Which one do you want, Brad?
it's this one, Brad.
Christian Brothers?
Christian Brothers.
Yeah.
Maybe I looked at their website and read that.
No, this would be it's a proposal.
Who is your contact and what's the number?
I didn't bring all my supporting documents.
Okay, all right.
What I'm just saying,
It's a
it's,
big file.
there's nothing here that says that they would lock it in that price for one. And again, our current one is not locked in. Our current one, they can change.
Right, that's what I don't like about
This
it.
one here doesn't say.
Yeah,
locked in.
it's right here. It would be a contract. Our current one is month to month, and that's what this would be. This isn't a contract, this is just a proposal.
I know, but where in the proposal do you see that it says that they will lock that price in for a year?
It says they will provide these services for the sum. It isn't a year, it's gonna be,
It's
I'm
per
sure it's
month.
month
It's
to
month
month.
by
That's what I'm
month.
saying, it's
Yeah.
the same thing, it's not locking in for a year, it's.
Right.
So it could go up in 6
Yeah.
months or 3
Right.
months or a month.
I suppose, sure.
No, we ought to be clear that it's not, so we're truly doing apples for apples.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
like.
But it's not
it's
like-
It's like our current one is that they
They can go up
can change
or
anytime
down.
they want to they give a 30-day, is it 30-day or 60-day?
30
day.
30-day, in
Yeah,
writing.
30 day.
Just like we can end their services with 30 days in writing.
Right.
Right.
So, and again, I thought I saw this on their website that it can change within 30 days of writing, we can end service, or some of the users don't. Maybe I was looking at a different one. But so even here, they're not locking it in for a year.
So it's just a monthly quote, basically.
Yeah.
Right, just like,
Right.
Just like what we have now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they did state they would brush
yes.
twice a week. They would
Yes.
do, with the other one.
It's exactly right. This is
did not
exactly what I
state
asked
what they would
for.
actually do, just as needed, and that's.
Right, those were not what I asked for
Yeah.
at all. This is what I asked for.
Yeah.
Did-
So the
did-
only thing, the Google reviews, though, I don't bet that they were for 1 year, and then there was a company similar to their name with a different phone number.
Well, I did look at I looked at these reviews, and the problem, one, he said, "You are not my customer." The other one, he said the landlord property manager wouldn't pay and then discontinued the service. That's why they weren't getting the service, because they weren't paying them. And they said, "We discontinued your service because of non-payment."
Right, yeah, so the reviews overall.
The reviews on this were
good.
good.
They were like short, I mean, as far
Yeah.
as 1 year, that's all we had. was
Oh,
Did they
1
see
year.
I don't think
did
that-
they see inside the pump room? Do they know exactly
didn't
what
have a
they,
key.
because that would be a big thing that I think of.
You didn't get a key to give them?
No, I
If
didn't
they
have a key.
didn't, if they didn't see what.
I live next door to you, Trissy.
Well, Janice, I didn't have a key. I didn't even know about that. I mean, I'm new.
It's
I
called
am totally new.
communication, yeah. Okay. So they never saw the pump room, okay.
No.
That's huge.
Because I think, I mean, yeah, it's a big deal.
I told them we have a DE filter because Drawfin said
We had
that.
2 DE filters.
Okay, I didn't know that.
That may adjust.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, I offered you
Okay,
this.
it's,
but I didn't know I
okay.
needed
All
a
right,
key.
out of the blue yesterday, I got a call from Mike Cooper, and he had gotten our name from somebody. And he came today, looked at the pool. I did not receive, they emailed me and I didn't get it yet today. But he offered, I did not ask, everybody understands that. I did not ask him to come, he offered to come. He's going to present his orally, and then all of you, did you all get the pool master's bid for services and parts on the new installation? Now, that's their contract, you all have a copy of that.
Is that the one you emailed?
Just,
I may not have sent it to you all.
No, I got one.
They are, Pool Masters is wanting to, or is offering to install a program. Mike, what I'd like you to do is to present your bid or your proposal for the pool.
Sure.
And then I will ask you to explain to the group what this particular installation would do.
because I looked this up, and this is like it's missing the main component that they said would reduce our cost, which is the salt chlorinator, the salt
Okay,
chlorinator generator.
he's going to explain it.
Okay.
Okay, so this is Coop Cooper with Cooper Pools.
Well, I am Mike Cooper of Cooper Pools, and my proposal is going to be price-wise the exact as Pool Troopers, because they took my pricing model. We do pricing at 2.5 cents a gallon. Your pool at 51,000 gallons would lead us at $12.77, or roughly $12.50 a month for 3-time-a-week service. It covers all chemicals, all specialty chemicals, including algicides. It includes 3 times a week. We do brush every visit. We do skim every visit, with the exception of lightning. And then vacuuming will be listed as needed. So they don't, the techs don't vacuum if there aren't leaves in the bottom of the pool. At our walkthrough today, we noticed a couple of things. A couple of the violations and things you should be aware about. One, the flow meter. Your permitted flow rating is 142 gallons per minute. The flow meter, the little stick that lets you know how many gallons of water are going in through the pool, doesn't currently read over 140 at this moment. So it's not a legal piece that's on there. The readout of the flow meter itself needs to be reading 20% more than what the flow of the pool is permitted for. So you need a flow meter that needs to be able to read 200 gallons per minute.
We heard it was plus or minus.
20% is your
120
operating.
was the, we were told by, I thought, we were told, I just go by the memory now.
Sure.
I was told, I thought that the pool inspector said our rate should be 120, and then it was plus or minus 20, I think.
So
And for the Schedule 40 that we have, the higher side will go by. And that it was, as long as our filters were showing correct pressure, not being clogging up, that our flow was correct.
it's somewhat correct. Your permit on there, you do have an operating permit that is in the room, and your operating permit even reads that you need to be at 142 gallons per minute. That's the engineered flow, designed, permitted with the Department of Health. And that's printed on your operating permit, so it's. I'm
That's
not-
from the Department
That's
of
from the
Health.
Department of Health
It's
and the engineers.
Clipped in it.
One of the issues is you start with a 2-inch pipe and then they upsize it to 2.5-inch pipe, and within 2 inches, that's where your flow meter is. So you're gonna get a lot of turbulence from a small pipe going to a large pipe. You're going to get an improper reading no matter what flow meter you have in there. It's not enough of a run of 2-inch pipe to be able to read accurately. It's physics is against us on that one, because you're going from small to big within the length of a coupler, the way that it's plugged in. Both filters are leaking right out of the top of them. Out of the air bleeder, there's the thing that you open up, it's a little orange slit that you open up. Both of those are currently leaking out of it. They're $15 parts that just need to get screwed on and replaced. In the back tank, DE is supposed to be separated, meaning that every time you backwash the filter, the diatomaceous earth gets taken by the tech in a trash bag to be incinerated. There's a bag that's supposed to be in that silver tub that sits in the back before it gets discharged into the sewer or into the lake behind. That's just not being used. There is no bag there currently.
And it's not going into a lake, let's make sure it's not going into a lake.
Where is it going?
To the sewer.
It's supposed to be taken away. That is something that is supposed to be incinerated. It's a $15 bag, and it's not in the
Yeah,
tank.
you're right, yeah, I was not.
And then the electrical system, it's just been told that they're updating the panels. The disconnect for the pump themselves are the very, very old-fashioned solid state on-off breakers.
Fuse.
Yeah. The only other thing that I'm surprised the Department of Health didn't catch is the ladder itself. When they did the resurfacing, they were supposed to make it a cross brace ladder. The ladder itself just has a pipe that goes up and bends. The pipes are supposed to be connected to the front and the back. It's called a cross brace on your ladder. What that does is it stops any flexing of the ladder as kids are playing on it, getting in and out of the pool, so that the bumper that touches the bottom wall doesn't pinch anybody's toes while they're getting in and out of it. That's just something that should have been done in resurfacing.
Do you remember why they didn't do that? I think I remember a discussion
How
about
about
it.
that?
What the builder or resurfacer is probably going to tell you is the cross brace was too low for the coping that you have. Because your coping, you've got the 4-inch coping over top of your perimeter overflow where all that really pretty tile is. Then you have that additional 6 inches from the cantilever coping that kind of overhangs a bit.
Yeah.
So your cross brace is probably only going to be about 6 inches high to get that top rung 2 inches below the water where it needs to be. So to install that ladder, it'd be 6 inches higher because of the rim around it. There are extensions and there are ways that it should have been installed properly, but that would be probably the excuse that was given on why they kept you with the ladder.
I never heard anything about cross bracing.
That's okay.
They discussed about the one going down the steps, not the ladder.
You're right.
Sure.
You're
So
right.
when you do a resurfacing commercially for Hillsborough County, you have to submit what's called a 2-week notice of commencement. It's basically you're notifying the Department of Health that in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be doing this resurfacing. That gives them time to come out and do the inspections on it. On that particular sheet, there is a list that specifically talks about making sure that all your tiles are non-slip. It makes sure that your handrails are in there with discussions at proper heights. Handrails are cross-braced, float ropes are 1 foot back before the slope. There's a big checklist that they have to do, in addition to certifying the main drains. So that was paperwork that should have been submitted before commercially certifying the blog, before being able to resurface it. To give you a little idea on my pedigree, I'm 16 years of commercial work. I have helped actually write the Department of Health code in Tallahassee with Bob Vincent and the Department of Health. Both me and my vice president of operations helped write the operating code, the 64E code that all the commercial people live on. I was in Tallahassee a month ago helping the building code with some actual construction to it. So I'm not to say that some of the companies don't necessarily know all the rules, and unfortunately there's a lot. The health code is 29 pages to operate the pool, but my company helps write it. So you are not getting hearsay. You're not getting, you will never hear one of my people say it's in the code and that's the way it has to be. They will cite line, chapter, verse of where we said it. There'll be photographic proof. All of my techs are GPS tracked, so you will know the minute that they get up on your property. There's an email report that we give every single day. You can see what time they got to your pool, how long they were on your pool, the services they did every day, what chemicals we added, what our chemical readings were, as well as a picture of what your pool looks like before they leave. And that happens at every single visit. We do only offer 3, 5, or 7 day week service. I do not offer 2. But we also include all of our chemicals, so you do not get those monthly bills. It is something you can definitely bank on. We are one of the most professional, noted commercial service companies that you're going to find in the Tampa Bay area. Other customers that I've done, the Lowry Park Zoo, I've done their bear pit. I've done Adventure Island's wave pool. I am a certified authorized vendor for SeaWorld Entertainment Groups. Here we've got Sterling Ranch. I've done Summers Gate down the street. There's several pools in this area that we've taken care of. I'm also friends with a lot of people. I serve on the board of directors for the Florida Swimming Pool Association. So I write articles every other month that the professionals read for the Pool Pro magazine for things like making sure that your signs are up to code, making sure that your life rings are out, and just general safety things. Last article was how they deal when poop happens in your pool. When there's an accidental fecal release or blood release, we do follow all the CDC guidelines, and in the event that that does happen to you, I've got somebody on call 7 days a week to make sure that we can get your pool back open, usually within an hour of us showing up. So that is also a service that I offer. I'm a fully certified contractor, so there is nothing that you're going to be able to throw at me that I can't do. I can rebuild your entire pool, rebuild your entire pump house. The electrical panel I'd get my electrician for, but there is nothing you're going to find that we can't get done. Do you have any questions for the service that you would get out of Cooper Pools? I know price is a scary one, I get that, but service-wise, and now I know you have the IPS controller, which is a quote that you have from Poolmasters. So what the IPS controller is a digital board. So where it says IPS M820, that is a digital board that will have what's called ORP readout. It's basically going to have some probes that get connected, and it'll have water flowing through a little sensor that's got a reservoir, and it will every 5 minutes test the chlorine levels and the pH levels of your pool. You'll see on there that they've got 2 chemical tanks at $500 a piece. One of those chemical tanks is designed to hold chlorine. The other chemical tank is designed to hold diluted muriatic acid. What happens is, as the demand for chlorine changes, say the sun hops in, and you have 20 people jump in the pool, and the chlorine level falls below set levels, such as 3 parts per million, it will automatically digitally inject 24 hours a day, as needed, chlorine into your pool. Now, as you add liquid chlorine to the pool, you're going to raise your pH. That's just chlorine, it's just the effect of chlorine in water. So it's also going to read your pH readings, and it's going to be able to inject diluted acid in your pool to keep your pH comfortable. To give you an idea, your eyeballs are around a 7.5, and most of the time when you have skin irritation or eye irritation, it's not necessarily because of high chlorine, it's because your pH levels are off. So having that digitally read keeps all of your chemical readings very, very flat, which is really nice, because what's happening now is your pool techs are coming in on a Monday, and they're going to have to put a lot of chlorine in the pool. Chances are they're taking you to the top of the legal limit to be able to have your chemicals last 5 days in 100-degree weather and sun. So you're going to have these big fluctuations that happen only on the days that they're here. So when they show up, they're putting a lot of chlorine in the pool, and they're hoping that it lasts till their next visit. This machine stops that. So you'll see 2 Stenner pumps on there for $674 a piece. Those are injector pumps. They hang on the wall, and they've got a little feeder that spins, and it pulls either the chlorine or the acid out of the tub that will be put into your equipment room, and then it'll inject it into the pipes. So there'll be a wire that they have to drill into the pipe itself. And so that system will digitally test your pool, it'll digitally inject chlorine in your pool, and it maintains your chemicals for chlorine and pH only.
Yeah, I have a question. So when I was talking to some of these pool companies, they asked me, do you have an injector system? Is that what this is?
That's what they're talking about.
Okay,
Because
I
right
said-
now, you
I
don't have
doubt
an
it.
injector system, you
We-
have an erosion feeder.
Okay, right
So-
now we have an erosion feeder.
Yep, so what you have is that big white thing where you drop solid tablets of chlorine in.
Got it.
And then as they dissolve in that, then
They
it goes
go
into the pool.
That's what, I thought we had a tablet. They asked me, do you have tablet or injector? I said, I doubt we have injector.
Yeah, you are on tablet right now. And what you don't have is a way to add acid to the pool. So anytime that you need to lower the pH of the pool, you have to manually add it to the pool.
So
the-
that's what the pool company does.
Yeah, would have
They
to take
come-
the acid and pour it into the pool directly, and that would require them to close the pool for an hour every time you do it. Anytime there's a manual addition to the pool, chemically, you have to close it for an hour as the chemicals recirculate. This system, the IPS system that they've suggested to you, would stop all of that. It does not test alkalinity, it doesn't test stabilizer, and it doesn't test calcium, but it does your big two, the things that the Department of Health is going to be looking for. So it keeps you stable, because if you have a rainy day, you don't need as much chlorine. If it's really sunny, the chlorine's gonna beat it up, or you have 20, 30 kids jumping into it, this is gonna make sure that the entire time they're there, the chlorine levels are gonna stay safe. Price-wise, I can save you a lot of money.
On this?
The IPS is about the right price. 5 hours of labor is insane, and then $500 for a polychem tank is insane. You can Google 30-gallon chemical tank, and they're going to be around $200 with lid. And then 5 hours of labor is just insane.
So if you did this, the proposal would be several $100s less.
It'd be $500 less on the tank, $600 less on, so it'd be about $1,100 less. And that's something we do absolutely every day, installing IPS systems, maintaining them, cleaning them. It's a great system. They've got great stuff on there. There's no doubt about it. They're making good money off you.
For sure, for the longevity, I know the pumps only have to come with a 1-year warranty.
That is correct.
I know
And then your probes are all 2 years.
And they what?
The probes are only 2 year.
Okay.
So the things that actually test the water are 2 year. They run around $300 a piece, and you have 2 of them. The injectors, they have a 1-year warranty. The size of your pool, I would expect 3 to 4 years out of them pretty easily. One of the things that my team does is we service them. So we will take the bottom part that actually spins around. We lubricate it. We can change the bearings and the rollers. So we can usually get a good extra life out of the standard pumps. All of my teams sat through standard pump training where the reps come in and they teach them how to take them apart. It's something that we do every year. Part of the Pool and Spa show that I'm part of the board of directors for. So I get it. I am expensive when you hear that first part, but I promise you the value of what your company, of what your residents will get. There's a huge peace of mind into going with our company. You are getting the best in the business. You are getting the peace of mind that your pool's not going to go wrong.
Anybody have questions?
I like you guys. I appreciate it. I like the opportunity for it. And if it really does just come down to money, please let us know.
Yeah.
You've got a month or so before you're going to be making your final decision. While I can't take food off my employees' plates, I understand the makeup of what you were doing, considering that this is taxing every single one of your residents every single month. And I understand that, but we'll also make sure that they're well protected.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Do you have any other questions about the equipment, how your pool's working, or anything else that you might see in the near future? If not, then I appreciate you having me. My name is Mike
Thank
from
you.
Super Pools. Thank you very much. And then I'll bid adieu because I don't need to know about any of this stuff.
Yeah.
And And I'll re-forward that email to you, the one was sent at 11:52.
Okay.
Because it'll have all of that breakdown.
Yeah, I bet it'll probably be there. Well, I don't know inspectors, I don't know, just didn't get it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. You're here and you did it in person, that's the best thing. And I had done the 2.5 cents per gallon, that's an easy way to think.
Yeah, because it allows me to factor in my stabilizer, my chlorine, my fuel. It allows me to factor in when they break a brush or when a pole falls off of a truck. It lets me to make sure that my techs have the tools and the time to do it.
Yeah.
Because I only have my techs doing 6 or 7 pulls a day. So they have the time to take an hour to an hour and a half to every visit. They're not in a rush. You know, we're not trying to do 15 or 16 pulls a day. I would never run. I worked that hard 15 years ago when I started the
So that
company.
you wouldn't have to be.
So that I don't want to make my team do that because it's scary, but.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you very much, and I wish you guys the best. And if you'd like, I can also resubmit the IPS system to you as well, so you can see that $1,100.
Okay, that would be good.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Kurt.
When you said fuses, I
Thank you very much.
we don't have a breaker box, but we have a breaker box.
Okay, and then, I think this is a lot. I'm an AI person, so I went on AI and did reviews of all the companies, and these are summaries of all the reviews. So you can I'll give you a few minutes to look through that. If you know what AI is, it takes within seconds and it pulls together information from everywhere. So when you look at the Christian Brothers, they looked at all the reviews and they did the positive aspects and specific mentions. I particularly like that. But anyway, there's a page or 2 pages for each of the pools. So just kind of take a look through that and.
But we're not making any decision today.
Well, what we need to vote on tonight, let's go over that. What we need to vote on tonight is to continue with pool masters month by month until we do vote if we're going to change. But we don't want to change just to be changing. And pool masters has been a big disappointment in many ways. But they're there, they know, and it was interesting, I could tell Mark
Mike?
was the pool guy that started cleaning our pool a year ago. And I can almost tell when I go down there whether Mark did the work or not. Mark did the work Monday, and it was so interesting. Just several things I saw that were like, oh, Mark's back. Otherwise, Mark has moved into administration, and he's got technicians, and every technician that comes wants to sit. They want to turn things on and then just sit down. And that's been our problem with pool masters. So anyway, take a few minutes to look through that. You can take them home. If anybody wants a copy of any of the proposals, you've got those at home or on your machines.
Well, Cosmic, you know what, I noticed about their, no, I didn't look at their reviews.
I did.
Where's your thing on Cosmic?
Here's a
Something funny. I have it on my phone, but I saw something. They're going through, and they switched to Gulfside. The name changes.
Oh my God.
Gulfside pools.
I didn't even pick up like this at all.
I'm like, they are just, either they got this from Gulfside pools, they copied and pasted it,
I didn't even read that. I just did that.
originally, or, I'm like, they changed their name halfway through the.
That's so weird. Yeah, they have to.
Sometimes we don't want to know everything.
Yeah, and I would just add from many years of servicing properties in Florida, hot sun. A lot of times the person who left the bad review it's the person, you haven't seen the hundreds of satisfied customers.
Yeah.
You're only seeing the bad review, so take it into, that just because somebody has a bad review doesn't mean that they do a bad
Right,
job.
yeah, because sadly, most people are more motivated to leave
To
a
leave
bad
the bad review.
It's like Yelp for a restaurant.
But, and so that's why you kind of compare and
I
kind of
believe
realize,
Yelp. Right down the
You
line.
believe everybody
I
that puts it on
believe
Yelp?
that if you happen to find me, I leave reviews. And I very seldom do I ever leave a bad review. You have to be really bad for me to leave. But I love leaving reviews for things that I love.
Good.
It's like, oh my God, this was, and then just be very specific and,
Yeah, if you're specific, that counts.
but yeah, I'm a Yelp fan.
Okay, so, let's see, let's go forward. Any problem anybody has with us just committing to pool masters? They do have a 30-day, so we could keep on with them. It would give us a chance to find out what the chemicals cost in the heaviest month. July and August are the heaviest chemical usage months. You have a problem with that, Brad?
no.
I have a question. I noticed in June it went up to 745. Did they already start?
It was two, what was there, I think I actually have it. There was a repair, and I don't know what the repair was, but it was
was a repair.
$550 plus
Plus the
whatever.
repair. Okay,
plus the
that's all.
repair.
I thought, man, they went up already. I noticed it now.
Incidentally, he mentioned it when I was down there, there were leaks.
So we're talking about drip, we're not saying spraying?
No,
Wow,
there are like 4 places where it's leaking on the pumps.
On the tanks?
It's leaking at the top lever and it's leaking where
Around
it
the seal.
screws together around here. So I texted him this afternoon and I said, if your technician found what you and I found today, meaning what we saw down there, how would you process that? And he said, that would be, the parts are very inexpensive, but he said they would go ahead and just fix it and charge only for the parts. Otherwise, his bill is $250 an hour for actual work,
Repair.
technician, repair. So that's another
Meaning
consideration.
if they come here to repair something and they don't just fix it while they're here.
Right, but that was what was important to me, is this was very small stuff, and his comment was, we would repair it on the spot. In other words, they carry
While they're there.
While they're there, there would be no extra charge. But if it's a big repair, like the ladder, I cannot remember, Ralph will probably remember. There was something about the ladder that was like we were grandfathered in or something, that they let us keep that ladder.
Because it's all,
Yeah,
the pool couldn't be reopened until,
we passed,
right, the health inspector and the,
yeah.
the county had to sign off on everything. In fact, they held it up because we didn't get there was the final wiring for the light wasn't done, and so it held it up until it was.
Yeah.
Because it all had to pass inspection before they would give us the okay, not the company,
Right.
but the county and state or whatever, to reopen the pool.
Right.
So,
Anyway, I was impressed that he helps write the code and so on. Okay, so let's proceed. Do I hear a motion that we sign I have it here somewhere, that we sign with Pool Masters to continue? We will not be obviously doing anything with this.
Yeah, so review, so what's the new cost from Pool Manager
$485 a month
plus chemicals.
plus chemicals.
Yeah, I think it's 475.
$475.
I think it's 475.
Yeah, $475
Plus
plus chemicals.
And they said their load time was 200, so we're looking at 675 from them. The cheapest it's going to be
Right.
for this next month.
So it may come out to $12.75 is not that bad a price. You never know.
Yeah, now-
Do,
Yeah.
you know,
Because we don't have enough solid information because they may say, oh, well, you said there was one DE filter and there's two, so they may change the price. So we need to make sure that whatever bids we have, there's no, oh, well, I didn't,
Yeah.
so, I just shoot ourselves in the foot.
Yeah.
So
Is
if we get them back out there,
Is
we'll
it
get pictures of
possible
it.
to get a key to the?
Of course.
Okay.
I can't
Can you
even-
make a copy, please, then, and I'll come and get it, or?
I can walk it to your door.
You can come over,
Yeah.
it's fine with me.
Yeah, there's no problem. I can't, it's unimaginable.
Okay,
No,
so,
I thought it was open.
yeah, so I'm.
Yeah.
Okay,
At
we
this
have-
point, I said we need you to stick with this for 1 month, but actually,
Yeah.
but we need to have a plan to move forward because, I mean, they were even, they were supposed to be quoting, not for an automated system that actually would make their lives easier, because they're not charging us any less in service. They were supposed to be doing something about a salt chlorinator, which that's hit or miss with older pools, because that's supposed to reduce chemical cost. The cost of salt versus the cost of liquid chlorine is a lot cheaper. But
They
salt
give you a
chlorinator
rate.
generators also have parts that get used up over time. That's how the system is designed.
Yeah.
And so there's an ongoing cost, plus it's like $1,000, if I'm not mistaken, $700 to $1,000 to install it for, I mean, just for the parts
So it's not
of
cheap,
doing it.
yeah.
So, so they're not even doing a quote that was gonna be helping us.
Right.
They did a quote that was gonna help them.
Well, they're making money, yeah. Okay, so we have a motion that I should go ahead and sign, then continue with pool
You always
masters
got, you always have.
for at least a
30
month.
days.
And this, I told this guy today, I said, you know, I'm not sure how
If you get one,
how
you
quickly
get
we would
two.
make a
Well,
decision.
30 days.
He said,
Well,
we've got people waiting a year.
Okay. Because that's a good point.
What?
Are we signing anything, or we just?
I'm signing, yes.
You're accepting the change, you're accepting the
Yes.
change.
Then let's put it in writing that we're accepting this change for 1 month.
Well,
It's still a 30 day.
it's still a
That's the
30 day.
Yes.
That's what I'm
Right.
saying.
Oh, so you want the option to be able to cancel in 30 days
Yeah.
without telling them, giving them the notice that you're
We're
gonna
not giving them
give? That's
additional
an option.
notice.
If it's
Yeah,
30
we're not
days,
gonna do
then
that.
it would be 2
As,
months.
as a service
Right.
company,
'Cause we gotta
you're
give
gonna
them
tell me,
30 days
I'm
days out.
signing this for
Right.
30 days. But I also want you to waive, and I don't know if I'm gonna keep you or not. I don't know if I'm gonna keep you or not.
Waive the next
But
30 days.
we will waive the next 30 days if I decide at the end of this 30 days that I no longer, I find something better than you, then I don't wanna give you another 30 days.
Well, then, okay, then that's just a mark 30 days.
So we're just gonna sign it
Okay,
and we'll
that's
take
fine.
it and
Give me
we'll
30
give
days.
them 30 days.
So let me
Notice.
ask you
So-
after that.
So you said we're looking at 60 days.
Yes.
Well, not if you give them 30 days today, you're only looking at 30
Right.
days.
So in other words, what will happen if we give them the 30 days now?
Then we'll have to get our ducks in a row
And we're not gonna do that.
and, yeah, so I don't see that happening.
Right.
So I think 60 days is a reasonable turnaround.
Let's just sign it as it is and then proceed.
Do you want me to contact Christian Brothers and ask them to come out, look at our pump room, and make sure that that price that they gave us will cover everything? Is that what you want me to do?
Oh, I mean, that's
Between
what's
now
easy
and
to
the
happen.
next
Yeah,
meeting?
because
I
And
can,
that's fine,
Otherwise,
but
it
also
is not.
ask them if they're gonna be pouring in chlorine directly into the pool
okay.
and not closing the pool down.
Yeah, is that what Pool Masters does now? They pour it in and.
That's what he says that they have to do.
Well,
So how do they do that? Everybody has a key and nobody has a schedule.
Right, so they
Right.
don't do it, so
I-
they don't close it.
I think that you put a sign on there that says, this pool is closed from 11 to 12 PM on today.
But
And then if you come in there and it's 12:45, then you can go in.
how long are they there for?
I mean, I don't know, what
How
I'm
long are
saying
they
is,
there?
Yeah.
it's an old pool
Um,
and.
Typically,
If they're there for an hour,
Mark is always there for at least an hour.
then I'll know, I'm just, if they're checking the levels and they're pouring the chlorine then, and then starting their cleaning process of brushing and kind of thing, that would be the hour time for the, and again, I don't know, I'm not saying they are.
Right.
So, but, I mean, they know the laws too, so I'm assuming they're, again, it's a big assumption that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing as far as the timing of it technically being closed
putting it
while
in.
they're cleaning.
You know, I had never thought about that.
We used to have, they used to
Absolutely.
close the pool,
Remember when Phil did it?
To put the chlorine in.
and there would be like, it would say.
That's what we did.
Yeah.
Sign, I remember that.
And you had to wait.
That was
Yeah, I
years
remember
ago, probably a different
In the
system.
90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, he dumped,
We were there.
he dumped the chemicals in,
Yeah.
we were there.
Okay, need a second to the motion. Zari seconds it. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, same sign. Good. All right, moving on. We have,
So you want to go and start back, like we normally do, catch all this stuff, or not?
secretary, we gotta do, okay, you're right. Okay, we need the secretary's report read. Zach, that would be you.
All right. The regular meeting of the Brandon Hills Special Dependent District was held at the Brandon Community Center at 502 East Sadie Street, Brandon, Florida on June 5th, 2025. President Janice Doyle called the meeting to order at 7:30 p.m. The following people were present: Janice Doyle, Brad Sampson, Justine Wilkes, Zach Cope, Zoraida Perro, Tristy Burgett, and Ralph Almirola. And we had 5 guests: Art Pizzetta, Olin Barnett, Jan Milner, Tom Lejeune, and Bobby Almirola. The minutes of May's meeting were read by Zach. Ralph motioned to accept the minutes, and Justine seconded the motion. Minutes were approved. The minutes of the May budget meeting were also read by Zach. Ralph motioned to accept those minutes, and Brad seconded the motion. The minutes were approved. Justine presented the treasurer's report for June 2025. The beginning balance was $48,515.22. There was income of $1,554.47 from special assessments. Total expenses were $1,634.77. The ending cash balance in the Bank of America account was $48,434.92. Reserves for future capital were $30,171, and reserves for contingency were $3,504, totaling $33,675, and available cash for operations was $14,759.92. Ralph moved to approve the report, and Brad seconded the motion. Passed unanimously. Janice would like to recognize the following people: Brad and Janet for their time and help plan the pool party, and Art Pizzetta for the same, and also Tom Lejeune for bringing cookies to the party and watering the south entrance plants. For new business, Janice requested reimbursement in the amount of $31.95 for cleaning supplies, toilet paper, dustpan, etc. Ralph motioned to reimburse Janice, and Brad seconded the motion. The motion passed. Ralph motioned to adjourn the meeting, and Brad seconded. The motion passed, and the meeting adjourned at 7:58 p.m.
Any additions or corrections?
Actually, I want to add something. I forgot to put that you were gonna get bids for solve the debt and new business.
Oh.
So you were gonna explore that.
And Tom Lejeune will catch this, not for watering, he provided the south entrance
Oh, okay.
plants. Yep. Tom would catch that. Any additions or corrections? If not, do I hear a motion we approve?
So moved.
Zari seconds. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Treasurer's reports. We have 2 since we missed one meeting.
Well, I'm a little confused. Didn't we miss July, but there's not one for August because, don't have the August.
Oh,
So the,
Am I like crazy or something?
No, that happened one time before.
I'm like having a weird,
The stuff couldn't be reconciled yet because of. the way
no,
the
I
money-
know, but like, it's only July's, right? I don't have an August bank statement,
No.
that's just, we're in the middle of August.
Right,
Wait,
we're always a
maybe-
month behind.
Okay, because I'm like, I had this weird flashback thinking,
oh wait,
But if we
I have
missed
the
it-
wrong thing in here. I have,
Right.
it should say May 2025.
it is May that, we should be getting June and July tonight.
but you got the dollar amounts.
Yeah, but I put
Oh,
it.
but you put them in today? I'm
He
thinking,
texted me what she didn't do, and I said,
I am like,
yeah.
I'm thinking, how do I have two and?
So it's
So the May
Okay.
May.
treasurer's report, this should be May. So,
The amounts are.
yeah.
The amounts are on, I have the amounts here.
So you have the May amounts?
I do.
Well, I'm not gonna read the June amounts again.
Those are the May amounts.
No, those are the June amounts.
Yeah, those are the June
He
amounts.
took the June amounts today and put them in.
Yes, that's what, yeah.
Oh.
I saw it.
Thought I was losing
Oh,
my
glad
mind.
you caught that.
Thinking-
I didn't catch that.
I don't even know how to explain
Speaking of-
what happened.
So I.
We didn't have a meeting
It's a
last
big
month,
day.
Correct.
and yet he has all the amounts.
Yeah. So this, okay, so I, this needs to be,
Redo it.
so I'll just update.
You just gotta put the May
Can I keep this? Or are you gonna send that, can you send that May?
I can send May's.
Okay.
Oh, good, thank you, because I have that marked
That's all
out.
right. No, I'm just copying, that's fine.
Okay,
So, okay, so I.
all right, treasury report for,
Do I have to redo it again?
ta-da!
Or can we just go?
Oh, you got June?
Okay, June. We had, the beginning cash balance was $48,515.22. We had income of $1,554.47. Our total expenses were $1,634.77. The ending cash balance was $48,434.92. Reserved for future capital was $30,171. Reserved for contingency was, or do we just have to read the whole thing? The total for reserve was $33,675. And available for operations was $14,759.92. It's raining again.
And when you're on.
And for July, we're ready for July? So, the beginning cash balance was $48,434.92. We had no income. The total expenses was $1,674.18. And the ending cash balance was $46,760.74. The total for reserves was $33,675. And the available cash for operations, $13,085.74.
Yeah. Okay, any additions or corrections?
Motion to
not-
accept.
What?
Motion to accept.
Second?
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. So, now, let's get through the rest of this as quickly as we can. All right, we had budget issues, and as always, we are not a fraternity that can ignore stuff. We have Mary Mahoney at our, taking care of things. Here's what she said about, oh, that's yours to do.
You want me to read it? I think I have it right here.
Okay.
So she said, I finished my review of the district's year 26 budget package. Unfortunately, we cannot recommend approval because the budget does not balance. That is, revenues do not equal expenditures. The total amount of budgeted revenues, $75,049. Revenue is $75,049, while the total amount of budgeted expenditures is $73,173. budgeted revenues exceed budgeted expenditures by 1876. Your board can correct this by approving a revised balanced budget at its next regular meeting. The total revised budget cannot exceed $75,049. It will need to increase expenditures by $1,876 in order for the budget to balance. And once the board does this, you will send me a copy of the balanced budget and the minutes of the board's regular meeting where it was approved. It approved the revised balanced budget. If there are any questions, please feel free to contact me. So I say we put it to the pool. That 1876 needs to go to the pool.
So the budget.
No, I didn't.
But we gotta vote on it.
We have to vote on it. And
So-
then we'll do another.
What we're voting on is to increase expenditures in order to have a balanced budget. And so I need a motion that we do that.
I vote.
Tracy, yes, second.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. So we will put this under repair and maintenance because we can all see that our expenses for the pool maintenance are going to go up.
So it's about $150 per month.
It was budgeted at $550.
Right, and so now we have $700 budgeted.
But we took off the paving completely out
We
of it.
did.
Where did that money go?
We took, we went from, what were like 400 and, we reduced the amount of the assessment.
Okay.
So there's no, that money doesn't exist in the budget anywhere, it's not, we
Oh.
lowered the amount of
Oh,
the
that's
assessment.
right. It was, the budget was to make the assessment.
Yeah,
Okay.
we had a higher budget, and then when we took the
Okay.
paving off, we lowered the budget to keep it the same. It just didn't balance by the 1876.
Okay, so Justine will complete that.
So I have to change it, and I have to have the minutes of this meeting, and
So
then,
you'll need to do the minutes for the next week.
I'll be fast. I'll sit on it forever.
I know you can if you want to.
but I don't know where the money went. I think
Okay,
we just,
it's
I think we,
Years.
okay, then that's
You
where,
usually do.
that's where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, you changed
Okay,
it.
all right.
Right,
But
let's
I
check
just
out
have
the electric
the minutes
contract.
to
Can
to
we get
go
this work done?
and have to submit the whole thing all over.
And contact them and say,
Okay. I don't think we voted on it, have we?
we didn't vote on the update, we voted
The
on that to be
updated.
done originally.
Right.
And then it hit summertime.
Yeah.
And all the school contracts were
Right.
committed to, so they had no time to do it in that summertime. And so it's just been sitting idle until,
Okay, so Brad has worked with Tamco Electric, and they have an updated one at $4,300, and that is in our budget. Is it that the amount that's in the budget?
not fair, it was 38 or 39.
No, we went high on that.
Oh,
I think we went to 5,000.
Utility services? Is it utility services in the budget? It's utility,
4980.
4980.
49, and this is 43, so yes, we had voted. Okay, so do I hear a motion that we authorize Brad to get this in motion and get the electrical work done, right?
For the pool.
yeah, it's updating the electrical panel
Yeah.
and changing over the fused pull-out disconnect for a three-phase breaker, traditional breaker, along with adding an additional grounding rod. The code now requires 2 grounding rods at the entrance of electrical bases. So that's,
And any additional corrections required by code. So we want to just bring everything to code. Do I hear a motion that Zari, do I hear a second? Do I hear a second? I second.
Justine, sorry.
All in favor, say aye. All
That's
opposed,
something that we've been talking about. Oh, sorry.
all opposed, same sign. Okay. Electric contract, maintenance agreement, contracts, bids. Okay. Every year, we are given the option, because our budget is under $50,000, if our budget were over $50,000, we would have to get a $2,500 audit of all the books. Because our budget is under $50,000, we can just submit a financial plan. And in order to do that, we are required to send a letter to every property owner by the 30th of September. And you've all gotten your letters, you know how governmental they are worded. We must use the exact wording that we are given. And Zach has wonderfully taken that over. So do I hear a motion that we,
Look at your script, that it saves us, what was the last?
$2,500.
Last audit was 2,500, then
Right.
it went up from 1,500.
probably, yeah.
So it may even be more this year.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they went up $1,000 from the time we had it in 24.
So
it's
I,
saving at least $2,500.
yeah, I move that we submit letters to all property owners and that we authorized postage and stationery costs to Zach. And I know that stamps just went up to what, 78 cents or something? They've just gone up.
Yes, sir.
July something.
Yeah, recently. So whatever it takes, Zach, gotta do it. Do I add, so I move, is there a second?
A second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. And once again, after you do that, send the letter and the minutes to Mary Mahoney by email.
Okay,
Yeah.
so basically it's gonna be, she's gonna get an updated budget, the letter, copy of the letter, and then
Right, but she's gonna take care of the budget.
Yeah.
You're
you'll
all,
send that to her.
I'm sending the budget to
she,
her.
she's
Oh, okay.
responsible, and all you're responsible for is this. And it needs to be mailed by September 30. And you have, I will forward you, I got the copy. It's the same as last year, probably.
Yeah.
But you have to change the numbers. Okay.
So I'm giving her the letter.
Just send it to me before you send it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, do we have lawn maintenance bids? No, but that's fine. That's fine, because I really don't have the mental energy to do
I
those.
don't either.
Yeah. Okay, I did get a new pool reservation sign, which Justine has, and I paid 48.38. Do I hear a motion that we reimburse Janice for the amount of $48.38 for the new sign, pool reservation sign?
I'll send
Is
it.
there a second? You second, all in favor say aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Jared Richards, the camera has had one video in the last year, and now our contract is over. Do we want to continue the coverage? Jared said it's fine to keep it on his computer.
How much would it cost?
I knew you were gonna say that. Suddenly it went right out.
Wasn't it like 30 something?
But
It was like 350, wasn't it?
I was gonna say 3 something, but,
Yeah, you request it.
incidentally, Jared and his wife, they had a baby a week ago, a little girl. Easted. No, he doesn't have the price in here. We'll put this off till next month, because it's not taking pictures, but we've only had one, motion down at the pool in the night, so we may want to consider, dropping that. This is what happens with vandalism. We have vandalism, and then everybody gets upset, and then there's no more. And we haven't had any vandalism in, I think the last time we had vandalism was somebody spent a hurricane sitting in our bathroom down there.
And they vandalize it?
They didn't vandalize it, they just moved the chair. Jan and I were walking past one day, and she said she had donated the chairs, and she said, one of those chairs I donated is gone. And I said, why would anybody steal a used chair out of the pool? So a couple weeks later, I was cleaning the restrooms, and there was the chair back in the shower stall in the men's restroom, and a towel, and some clothes scattered on the floor. And so somebody had spent their hurricane time in our restroom. You never know what happens.
Seemed like it was reasonable, but I'm for
Safe
at
harbor.
least another year because.
Keeping it?
Because
Okay.
we went through them actually damaging pipes on the wall.
I know, that's true.
Them ripping out the one that was hanging low.
Yeah.
It was,
There was the time I went in and they had tied the shower open, and it was just pouring.
pouring water.
Pouring water.
So,
The year that somebody pooped in the pool every 2 days. Like somebody was, like a grown person was pooping in the pool. This was 20 years ago.
I was saying, I've never heard of that.
Oh, I have the emails.
Me and Dave Hodge had to go. Me and
Yeah.
Dave Hodge and somebody else had to go to pool school for like.
Oh, Phil Remora and I went to pool school. We got out of there and we said, we'll never go in the pool again. Because they end the day talking about what happens if there's poop in the pool.
Yes, and
And
somebody,
this- then
a grown person.
Coop,
And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
if we just had a camera, if we could just know who's pooping in the pool. How do you do it? Like, how do you?
like, how do you poop in the pool?
Yeah, like how do you
Apparently
convince your body
they
that this is?
purposely did it.
Obvious.
That's, I mean.
They did it on purpose.
I'm sitting there holding the butt over and pooping, because, I don't think you actually in water poop, but, so.
Well, I'm just saying, mentally, you
It's
know.
mentally, there's a bathroom right there, that's just.
Yeah,
Well,
oh, yeah, they were
you
doing
teach
that.
middle school. Who do you think might do something like that? Make him be a middle school student.
Yeah.
Mix with the retired middle school student.
Oh.
Okay. Zach, motion to adjourn. Sorry, seconds. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, say aye. Go home. Okay, I'll take care of that.